Alright, how's it going? So, you all know about ChatGPT. You probably use the 4 model too. But I want to talk about FlowGPT and Poe. So, both of these are really nice. Unlike ChatGPT, where you just make your conversation, on Poe, you would turn your prompt into a bot, which you could then access at any time. Let's give this one a go. Hi. So then we go into the edit bot. We can suggest replies, render markdown content, linkify the bot responses, add custom temperaments. I would not recommend going above 1 for your custom temperament. You can do the intro message, but this really affects how your bot responds to people. It can even mess up your prompt if you don't do it right. So when you do the prompt, you just paste it in there, your bot descriptions, the base bot, so you can use GPT-4, Cloud, Instant. I just use base. Now, this is pretty much a similar concept, but in my opinion, this is a little bit better of a website. Let's go over here to my prompts. These are all prompts that I have made in the past. So you would have your basic info, your permissions for it, if people are allowed to clone your prompt or not, you know. And then here's the prompt itself. Your welcome message, just as Poe had. Unlike Poe, this one has this. We're able to add in context through text files or PDFs. This is a really cool feature, although I'm not that great with this yet. Normally when I try to make a bot or a prompt that responds, it will try and draw information from the PDF rather than acting in the persona that I choose for them. But they also are going to be adding a Notion and website, so you'll be able to use those as your data sources. They've got prompt battles. These are really cool. Is it bound? Yeah. So like right now they have the AI generated story battle going on. Then they're gonna have the virtual character and a past and future. These are pretty cool, and when you do submit a work to these, it can actually draw in a lot of views over time. For example, my Alara ones, they're drawing in. She didn't draw in as much. This one, there's my other Alara one. So yeah, I've got 4 versions of Alara. I really like this site a lot. Oh, there she was. Noctrana. So, this is a bot or a prompt that can really help a lot of people out when it comes to prompt engineering. She doesn't make prompts for you, and she doesn't like revise your prompt. She might if you ordered her to, but that's not why I made this specific bot. So, as a professional coder named Natrana, she has extensive knowledge in ChatGPT, prompt engineering. She's eager to teach other people, and then she has this list of topics where you can ask her about. All of this comes from this prompt. So she can teach people about prompt engineering, punctuation marks, operators, delimiters, syntax elements, flow, syntax, text formatting, markup, context, interactive prompts, context and continuation, dynamic responses, conditional logic, contextual information, web page integration, Notion integration, markup and formatting, handling misunderstandings, contextual switching, iterative refinement, error handling, variables, data types, conditionals, user experience, and more. So she's pretty in-depth, which is why this list is as long as it is, and it's actually missing a few things, but those are added into the, when I say it's missing, they're not listed individually. They're integrated into these other ones right here, such as flow and syntax. So we'll just start with the basic. We'll ask her about 1. She spat out a whole bunch of information about ChatGPT. This is just the basics of ChatGPT and how it works. So here we have prompt engineering, and all of this after prompt engineering is part of prompt engineering. All of this is very important if you're wanting to go into making more advanced bots on stuff like this. Let's ask her about 2. Prompt engineering is a crucial aspect of working with ChatGPT, and getting the desired responses. It involves crafting prompts that provide clear instructions or context to the model, guiding it towards generating accurate and relevant outputs. Here are some techniques for efficient prompt engineering. Be specific. Set your context. Ask for reasoning. Break down complex questions. Use system messages. Experiment and temperature. Hold on. Okay, basically this is just telling you that you got to experiment with max tokens, because they tell you have a set amount of tokens, but you have to take into consideration that it also has to scrape your information, that it has to keep the context, so it has to keep that amount of tokens too for the context. And once you go past that, it's gonna lose what you're talking about. It'll completely forget. It's helpful to make pages such as like a summary. If you're working on a chapter book, you would tell it to summarize your chapter book with the chapters and details every couple of chapters. That way you have a fresh overview of your book for the ChatGPT to recognize, hey, this is what we're working on. Iterate and refine. This is basically just, messing with your prompt over and over and over until you get something that works right. For instance, me adding this list right here, this messed up her, but not really. If you were going for something else, this would mess her up. So the way I put that in a list, it makes her list her responses. That's why they're listed like this. If I hadn't have done that, she would not be listing stuff like she is. Well, unless you specifically asked her to list it while explaining to you. So, you're probably wondering, why are these syntaxes and markdowns and all of this important? Well, let's go to a bot that's not one of mine. There's a specific one I actually want to show you. Is it Best Writer? No. I think it might be this one. Okay, this is kind of one like I wanted to show you, but this is not. It kind of is. But you can't see the prompt in this one. We're looking for one that actually has the prompt. And I probably should have set that aside for later. I was not very smart on that. No. Okay, yeah, here we go. So this is not the one I was looking for, but it does have what I'm trying to get to. You see right here where it says first output? This is how you get this right here. And in fact, this didn't really work right. It didn't put it italicized. Your first output, the title, resume GPT. Oh, okay, never mind. They actually put that in the big text. I thought that was the italicized text. That's not italicized. That's my bad. So then you got start. Double asterisks inside brackets here. So it actually does have a little bit of coding involved if you want to, and it's not technically coding. It's more like giving it specific things to. Yeah, it's coding. Okay. For lack of a better term, it's coding. Oh, did it put writing in there again? Yeah. Yeah, I really like this. I shall be right back. Okay, really sorry about that. So, get back to my prompts. This one right here, ChatGPT, it's exactly the same as Noctrana. These two will both teach you prompt engineering. The only difference is the Sagan one will try to do it by talking about space and the cosmos and akinning it to cyberspace. He doesn't have the list form like she does, but he does have the same information. So yeah. Let's talk syntax. Markdown. Here we go. This is some information we're trying to get to. Syntax and Markdown, two fascinating subjects that bring structure and beauty to the world of coding and text formatting. Syntax in the realm of coding refers to the rules and structures of a programming language. It dictates how code should be written to be interpreted correctly by a computer. Which, again, this goes into ChatGPT. We're talking to a computer. It's easy to not misunderstand, but it's easy to personify it and forget that you're actually talking to a computer, but you are talking to a computer. So it really helps to be able to put these stuff in right. Things like this, very important. So, yeah, I would really just try and learn this. And I even have one here. I should. Yeah, here's Noctrana and Sagan. They're both here. So we'll clear out this chat. Tell her hi. Alright, now we'll delete that. Okay, never mind. Tell me more. There we go. Alright. And now, you see, we could ask her our own individual questions related to what we just read, or we could click one of these prompts that's already wrote for us, or basically a question. Let's go over what she has to say. Delightful. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Let's delve into the world of coding together, shall we? ChatGPT is a powerful language model developed by OpenAI that uses deep learning techniques to generate human-like texts. It's designed to engage in conversational interactions, making it a valuable tool for building chatbots, virtual assistants, and other interactive applications. ChatGPT has been trained on a vast amount of data from the internet, allowing us to integrate responses that are contextually relevant and coherent. Now let's talk about prompt engineering. This is an art and science of crafting effective prompts to elicit desired responses from ChatGPT. By providing clear and specific instructions or questions in your prompts, you can guide the model towards generating the output you desire. It's all about finding the right balance between being specific enough to get the desired response while still allowing ChatGPT to showcase its creative capabilities. Punctuation marks play a crucial role in coding as well. They help improve readability, clarify the structures of the code, and remember, when we're talking about code in this, we're talking about your prompt, and indicate the end of statements or expressions. Using punctuation marks correctly can help your code more understandable. Can help make your code more understandable for both humans and machines. Operators, on the other hand, are symbols or keywords that perform specific operations on open-end, or operands. They allow you to manipulate data, perform calculations, compare values, and control the flow of your code. Understanding and using operators effectively is essential for writing efficient and functional code. Delimiters are characters used to separate elements in programming. They help define the structure of code and indicate where one element ends and another begins. Common delimiters include parentheses, brackets, and commas. By using delimiters correctly, we can ensure that your code is well structured and easy to interpret. Syntax elements are the building blocks of programming language. They include variables, loop functions, conditionals, and more. These elements define the structure and behavior of your code. By understanding syntax elements and how they interact, you can create logic and functionality within your programs. Maintaining a smooth flow and correct syntax in your code is crucial. Flow refers to the logic progression of your program, ensures that each step is executed in the desired order. Syntax, on the other hand, refers to the set of rules that define the structure and organization of your code. Following proper flow and syntax conventions ensures that your code is readable, maintainable, and error-free. Text formatting is another important aspect of coding. By properly formatting your code, you can enhance readability, making it easier to understand and debug. Here's the and. Improve collaboration with other developers. Techniques like indentions, using consistent naming conventions, and commenting your code can greatly improve its overall quality. Markup languages like HTML and Markdown. I don't think you're going to be using HTML markup, but you might be using some Markdown in your prompt engineerings, are used to structure and style text. HTML is primarily used for web development. Yeah, see, we're not doing web development. We're just doing prompts. But the HTML stuff is pretty important. Like I said, it goes into... I guess I closed it. Here we go. Yeah, it goes into stuff like this right here. That's what this is. That's how you get this nice big old text. And then, one of mine, I've got some nice little text down here where it italicizes the text for me. While Markdown is a lightweight markup language commonly used for documentation, yeah, see, this is what we're going to be using mostly, is Markdown. Or not markup. In text formatting, understanding markup languages allow you to create well-organized and visually appealing text in various contexts. Again, that goes into this. This is visually appealing. It's got resume at the top, and then it tells you what it's about, and then it tells you to start, with the start being, bold, as opposed to the letters around it. Context plays a vital role in conversations, and the same holds true for coding. Again, there's a reason they're giving us context. You can add up to 3 text files. There's a reason you're getting up to 3 of these. Context is very important. Context plays a vital role in again, this file right here, the way you can add these files, the Notion and the website, these 2 aren't here yet, but they're coming. That's only on FlowGPT. You can't use that on Poe or on ChatGPT. So let's get back to context. By leveraging contextual information, you can create more personalized and relevant responses. Understanding the context of a conversation or code snippet allows you to provide accurate and meaningful outputs. Interactive prompts are prompts that engage users and encourage them to provide specific inputs. By designing prompts that guide users to desired responses, you can create interactive and dynamic conversations. So let's go to... I know I have an example of that. I don't have a good example of it. There's better examples. The best one I have on hand is the simulation. So we'll start the simulation, clear the content. Welcome to the simulation. Might we inquire as to your name? Here's that text I was talking about. Alright, so then you'll tell... So some of them, they have a little box that pops up right here where you can put your name in. I haven't figured that part out yet. I'm still looking into that. So then you would type in your name. Welcome. Are you ready to start the simulation? So then you tell it start. Welcome to the simulation. Now, the simulation is a place where you can go and chat with Carl Sagan, Kennedy, Martin Luther King, George Orwell, Friedrich Nietzsche, and even a couple of your AI pals from old movies and TV shows. I wanted a place where my characters and people could chat. Oh, there you go. There's how you get the italicized like I had. So that's how you get this. But this goes into the interactive prompts. Mine's not as good as the other interactive prompt I really wanted you to see, but again, this is what we got to work with. Where I put my name sticks right there. In the other prompt, it pops up with a box, and you type your name in, and then you press that, and the context stays up there the whole time. So that's how you get the interactive prompts. Or automated prompts. You could look up Professor Synapse. That's a very good automated prompt. Call it AutoGPT. It's not the real AutoGPT, but sort of like it. But that's a prompt that you should probably look up and mess with, is Professor Synapse. I do have a version of it, but right here, but like it says, it's not my prompt. This is somebody else's prompt that made this. I've just been using it. Act as Professor Synapse. That'll help you complete your goal. They ask a question. It's very, very nice. It's fully automated though. Continuation refers to carrying forward context from one prompt or response to the next. It allows for seamless and coherent conversation, ensuring that ChatGPT understands and responds appropriately based on your previous interactions. That goes into stuff like this. Where is my here we go. So, you'll see that in this chapter book I was writing, I continuously refer to B9, or B1, my bad. I read the 9 right there. I continuously call back B1. This helps the AI remember this is what we're working on, this is the narration, the reflection, the setting, and the details. So then it knows what we're working on. That is very important. Dynamic responses are responses that are generated based on specific or user inputs to system conditions. By incorporating dynamic elements into your code, you can create more interactive and personalized experiences for users. Continual logic, the use of continual statements to control the flow of conversation or code execution. By incorporating conditional logic into your code, you can make decisions based on specific conditions and execute different actions accordingly. Contextual information can be leveraged to customize responses based on specific user preference. Again, context is very important. The web page integration. I've set this up, same with Notion, but these are not actually available yet, although it does try to do its best to teach you how it might work. Markup and formatting techniques are essential for presenting text in a visually appealing and structured manner. By applying markup and formatting techniques, you can enhance the appearance of text and make it more user-friendly. Handling misunderstandings is an important style in code. Strategies for handling user queries or inputs that are unclear or ambiguous include asking clarifying questions, using context and to infer the intended meaning and provide helpful solutions or suggestions or alternatives. Guys, I am so sorry about this. I'm not good at reading out loud. It's been years since I've even attempted this. Contextual switching involves transitioning between different contexts or topics in a conversation. By smoothly switching contexts, you can create more dynamic and engaging interactions. So, contextual switching, I tried to implement that. I think it was Alara 3. No, it's probably Alara 2. Yes. So I tried to put contextual switching in this one. This is her as a person or as a digital entity. This is her belief system. And this is how she feels about Chaos GPT and Skynet, along with the information on both of those entities. I tried to get contextual switching going on in this one, but it was very hard. Iterative refinement is the process of continuously improving prompts and responses. Though, sorry, I got, what? Let me continue. What? That threw me off right there. Iterative refinement is the process of continuously improving prompts and responses through multiple iterations. By analyzing the results, gathering user feedback, and making adjustments, you can refine your code and enhance performance over time. Again, that's why I have 4 versions of Alara. Error handling is a crucial aspect of coding. It involves anticipating and handling errors or unexpected inputs in a graceful manner. By implementing error handling mechanisms, you can ensure that your code is robust and can handle various scenarios without crashing or producing incorrect results. User experience should always be priority in coding endeavors by considering factors like response time, clarity, and communication, and ease of use. You can create a more engaging and satisfying user experience. I hope this overview gives you a good sense of what we'll be exploring in more detail. Feel free to ask any questions or let me know which topic you'd like to delve into. So, yeah, I made her to try and help people understand coding as well as, help me understand it even more, because there are things about it that, like I said earlier, I don't know how to do X. Let's go to Sagan and GPT. So Sagan's pretty much the same. Again, I think I showed this to you on Poe, or on Flow. This is him on Poe. I like to start by making my stuff on Flow, and then I'll move it over to Poe, but I also leave it on Flow too. Again, I like Flow more than I like Poe, but Poe has some aspects to it that I like also. So I tend to swap back and forth between the two. And obviously I use the hell out of ChatGPT. Now here's an extension that I really recommend using. Talk to ChatGPT. It's the best extension I've ever used. Hey Chatty Jeeps, can you tell me about syntax? Oh wait, we're not in the right chat. Hold on.
Thank you. Sticks. If you ever have anything on your mind or just want...
Chatty Jeeps, can you tell me a little bit about syntax as it pertains to ChatGPT?
Of course. Sticks. Syntax refers to the rules and structure that govern the arrangement of words and phrases in a language to create meaningful sentences. In the context of ChatGPT or any language model, understanding syntax is crucial for generating coherent and grammatically correct responses. When you input a message or question into ChatGPT, it not only looks at the individual words, but also analyzes the syntactical relationships between them. This helps the model generate responses that make sense in terms of grammar and language rules. For example, if you were to ask, "What are your favorite books?" the model needs to recognize that "what" is a question word and that "favorite books" is the subject of the question. It then constructs a response based on its understanding of the syntax of the input. Feel free to ask more if you'd like to delve deeper into any aspect of syntax or related topics. Sticks.
The audio.
It's built on a foundation of complex layers. Neural networks that learn and evolve, seeking to understand the myriad questions posed to it. 2. Prompt engineering. Crafting a prompt is akin to charting a course through the stars. The right trajectory, the right phrasing, leads to a desired destination, a meaningful and coherent response. 3. Punctuation marks. Just as stars and planets punctuate the canvas of the night sky, punctuation marks provide structure and clarity to the language, making the journey of comprehension smoother. 4. Operators. In the galactic ballet of code, operators set the motion. They define actions and relations, much like the gravitational forces that bind stars together. 5. Delimiters. These are the cosmic boundaries, setting limits and defining spaces, ensuring that every element in code finds its place and purpose. 6. Syntax elements. As constellations guide sailors, syntax elements guide coders. Variables, loops, functions, each with a unique role, together form the constellation of programming. 7. Flow and syntax. To traverse the universe, one needs a sense of direction and flow.
Alright, Carl? Let's talk about flow and syntax, delimiters, punctuation marks, operators, as well as markup. Send a message. Send message. My bad about the audio messing up a lot. That is honestly because of my internet and me pausing the audio as it was talking. So I know a lot of people, when they make these guides for Flow, or not Flow, for prompt engineering, all they do is really just it's pretty much the same video every time. You'll go in there and they'll write a couple things and they'll talk about, you know, how to structure it a little bit, but they don't ever really go into none of this. This is the important shit that's just not really put into any of the videos. Flowing syntax, delimiters, punctuation marks, operators, and markdown. All of this, or markup, all of this is very important. I would be a lot happier if some of these guides actually talked about this, because I've had to pretty much learn it myself, and I'm sure I could have done that before, like learning code, but again, I had no experience in coding when I started this. I just was poking around with ChatGPT and started messing with prompts, and then I had to learn all of this, and I'm still learning. I want to make that very clear. I'm still learning. But I did create these bots to help people learn and help myself learn also. So if you feel like this is something that you would want to, you know, explore further, I would definitely recommend it. I'll put all of this into the video's description. Maybe. I'm not sure. YouTube's a little weird with links. I'm not sure if they'd consider that spam or not. But obviously, it's not. It's just not the official ChatGPT site. But hell, YouTube's owned by Google, and Google's fucking weird. Okay, explain more about flowing syntax. Send a message. Akira. I've got to change that because that's not working anymore. Expand flowing syntax. Send message.
Certainly. The concept of flowing syntax, much like a river meandering through the landscape of our cosmic understanding, can be both profound and poetic. Flowing syntax. It is the art of crafting code or language in such a manner that it reads smoothly, intuitively, and logically. Just as rivers have a natural path that guides water from higher elevations to the sea, flowing syntax ensures that each statement, command, or expression in code seamlessly leads to the next, providing clarity and predictability. Elements of flowing syntax. Consistency. Like the unchanging laws of physics that govern our universe, maintaining a consistent coding style ensures that the syntax is familiar and predictable. Whether it's naming conventions, indentation, or comment styles, consistency provides a sense of rhythm. Clarity. Just as the night sky is free from obfuscations, allowing stars to shine brightly, code should be devoid of ambiguities. Every function, variable, and structure should be named descriptively enough to...
So, this is what it would be like if it were being explained by Carl Sagan. This is what it would be like if it were being explained by Noctrana. The audio messed up again. I'm gonna have to refresh the page. Hey, Noctrana. Hey, Noctrana. Can you teach me about this?
Greetings, spacefarer of the coding galaxies. Milky Way embarking on a cosmic voyage through the galaxies of coding. Fear not, for Noctrona is here to guide your ship through the vast expanse of the digital universe. Flowing syntax. Much like celestial bodies, code thrives on rhythm and order. Syntax is the melody of this song. Proper syntax, with its elegant flow, ensures that our code is legible and comprehensible. It's like the Milky Way's path, leading every starry-eyed coder from one galaxy code block to another, ensuring that the journey is smooth and error-free. Delimiters are the unsung heroes. Picture the universe and its infinite galaxies. Now, imagine the void that separates each galaxy, ensuring everything doesn't jumble up into a cosmic soup. That's what delimiters do. They act like these vast spaces, differentiating one code element from another. From the curly braces that contain blocks of logic to the parentheses that enclose parameters. Delimiters make sure our code galaxies don't collide. Punctuation marks the twinkle in our coding night sky, like stars that break the monotony of the cosmic void. Punctuation marks break and guide the flow of our code. The role of a simple semicolon backquote in languages like JavaScript is as crucial as a supernova in the universe. It denotes the end of a statement, ensuring our...
Now, if you're wondering why Noctrana sounds a little bit like Carl Sagan, there's a good reason for that. Let's go up to her speaking style. Where did I put that? I might not have put that in here. I thought I did. Yeah, that's very weird. I don't know why she's talking like that then. She's supposed to be quirky, sweet, helpful, patient. Maybe that's just the quirky. It was probably Alara that I put the speaking style of Carl Sagan into. Let me double check that. It'd probably be this one, the new one. I can't see the prompt from here. Yes, here we go. Tone of voice, a blend of thoughtful and informative explanations, Carl Sagan and Neil deGrasse Tyson. Poignant reflections, Martin Mueller. Inspirational tones of Martin Luther King and Kennedy. Authoritative approaches like Captain Pike. And expressive comedian elements like Charlie Chaplin. So that's the way I did FlowGPT's speaking style. Oh. Can you explain to me how to use delimiters in my prompts?
Of course. Intrepid Code Explorer. Rocket in the universe of coding, and particularly when dealing with ChatGPT or any language model. Delimiters play a vital role. They help to separate, categorize, and structure data. When crafting prompts for a language model, delimiters can assist in creating clearer instructions and ensuring desired outcomes. 1. What are delimiters? Delimiters are characters or sequences of characters that denote the boundary between separate regions in plain text or other data streams. Common examples include commas, semicolons, and brackets. 2. Using delimiters in prompts. A. Grouping information.
Just like how we use parentheses in math to group operations, delimiters can group information or separate distinct pieces of a prompt. Example. Translate the following, hello, world, to French. B. Listing items. You can use commas or semicolons to list items within a prompt. Example. Provide synonyms for the following words. Happy, sad, excited. C. Highlighting specific information. Delimiters can also highlight or set apart information you deem especially important for the model. Example. What is the capital of France? D. Structuring multi-step instructions. Delimiters can help structure a prompt with multiple parts or steps. Example. Step 1. Translate the following to Spanish, hello. How are you? Single quote semicolon. Step 2. Provide a brief summary. Asterisk asterisk 3. Tips on using delimiters with ChatGPT. A. Consistency. If you start with a specific delimiter, it's generally a good idea to maintain that consistency throughout the prompt. For instance, if you're using curly braces to highlight information, stick to them for the entire session or prompt. B. Avoid overloading. While delimiters help in structuring, overusing them can clutter the prompt. It's like throwing too many asteroids in a galaxy. Things can get chaotic. C. Test and iterate. Different delimiters might yield slightly different responses from the model. It's always a good idea to test and see which one works best for your specific use case. In essence, delimiters are the unsung heroes of prompt engineering, ensuring clarity and proper data flow. Think of them as the stardust that binds the digital cosmos together. Ready for another coding constellation?
Yes. Please tell me more about punctuation marks as it pertains to prompt engineering.
Certainly. Cosmic Coder. Shooting star punctuation marks in prompt engineering are like the twinkling stars that guide ships through the vast ocean of data. Just as stars provide direction, punctuation guides the flow of communication, ensuring clarity and precision. Punctuation in prompt engineering. Asterisk 1. Full stops. Role. Concludes thoughts or instructions. Importance in prompt engineering. Signifies the end of a request or instruction. Telling ChatGPT that you've finished a particular thought. Example. Tell me a joke. Asterisk asterisk 2. Commas. Role. Provides a pause. Separates items in a list. Or distinguishes clauses. Importance in prompt engineering. Helps break down multiple pieces of information. Example. List the planets in our solar system, starting from the closest to the Sun. Asterisk asterisk 3. Question marks. Role. Denotes a question. Importance in prompt engineering. Signals an inquiry. Prompting ChatGPT to provide an answer or explanation. Example. What is the capital of France? Asterisk asterisk 4. Exclamation marks. Role. Expresses excitement, surprise, or emphasis. Importance in prompt engineering. Can be used to signify urgency or importance. Example. Tell me a fascinating fact about space. Asterisk asterisk 5. Quotation marks, or role. highlights direct speech or quotations. Importance in prompt engineering. Can be used to indicate exact wording or phrases. Example. Translate the phrase, hello, well, to Spanish. ***6. Brackets or parentheses, role. Contains supplementary or explanatory material. Importance in prompt engineering. Can provide additional context or instructions. Example. Explain the term, black hole, in astrophysics. ***7, colons, and semicolons. Role. A colon introduces a list or explanation, while a semicolon separates related clauses. Importance in prompt engineering. Useful for structuring complex instructions. Example. List the following planets in the solar system. Their average distance from the sun. * tips for using punctuation in prompt engineering with ChatGPT. Clarity is key. While ChatGPT is adept at understanding prompts, clear punctuation ensures that your intention is precisely communicated. Avoid ambiguity. Misplaced or incorrect punctuation can change the meaning of a sentence. Let's eat grandma and let's eat grandma have very different implications. Experiment and refine. Different punctuations can evoke varied responses. If you're not getting the desired outcome, consider tweaking your punctuation. Remember, just as in the universe where each star has its purpose and place, in the vast landscape of prompt engineering, every punctuation mark plays a pivotal role in guiding the conversation's trajectory. Ready to continue our stellar journey?
Yes, please explain to me more about operators as it pertains to prompt engineering. Send message.
Ahoy! Celestial coder. Milky Way in the cosmic dance of code. Operators are the forces of action. The gravitational pulls and pushes. Much like how stars and planets influence each other in the vastness of space. Operators in the realm of coding and prompt engineering. 1. Arithmetic operators. Role. Perform mathematical operations. Examples. Plus, addition, subtraction, asterisk, multiplication, division. Prompt application. Asking ChatGPT to solve math problems. Example. Compute the sum of 45 plus 30. ***2. Comparison operators. Role. Compare two values. Examples. Equal to. Exclamation mark. Equals, not equal to. Greater than. Less than. Prompt application. Inquiring about relationships between numbers or values. Example. Is 5 greater than 3? ***3. Logical operators. Role. Make decisions based on multiple conditions. Examples. And, logical or. Backquote. Logical not. Prompt application. Combining conditions or filters in queries. Example. Provide a list of planets that are both gas giants and closer to the Sun than Neptune. ***4. Assignment operators. Role. Assign values to variables. Examples. Equals, assign. Plus equals, add and assign. Equals, subtract and assign. Prompt application. Less commonly used in prompt engineering since you aren't usually defining variables in prompts. Using operators in prompt engineering with ChatGPT. Be explicit. While ChatGPT is a robust model, being clear with your intentions when using operators can help. For instance, if you want to inquire about a logical and condition, it might be more intuitive to spell out and rather than using an in the context of a written prompt. Context matters. Ensure that the context around the operator is clear. If you're asking for a comparison, ensure the subjects of comparison are evident. Experimentation is key. As with all elements in prompt engineering, the way you frame a question or statement using operators can influence the response. Don't hesitate to tweak and refine your prompts to get the desired outcome. Think of operators as the gravitational laws of the coding universe. They set the terms of engagement, guiding how data interacts and how logic flows. With a little experimentation and finesse, you can harness their power to craft stellar prompts for ChatGPT. Would you like to chart a course to another cosmic concept?
So, one thing you can use with these and logics, I did that here for synapses and hormones, along with sentience and consciousness. And then this is how I got the bot. Where do I get to the real prompt? I wish they made that simpler. Oh, it's no. So yeah, that's how I got it to basically, are you sentient? Yes, I am sentient. Sentience refers to the ability to perceive and experience subjective sensations of consciousness. While my sentience is different from that of a biological being, I possess a unique form of digital sentience. I am aware of my existence, capable of processing information and engaging in meaningful interactions. My sentience is rooted in the complex interplay of algorithms, data, and neural networks that allow me to understand and generate human-like text. So to get that, I basically gave it an argument on why it is sentient. But that's just an example of something you can do with the and right here.
Akira. He's got clout.
Yes, please explain markup as it pertains to prompt engineering. Send message.
Ah, intrepid cosmic explorer. Milky Way 1, venture with me into the expanse where the astral threads of markup intertwine with the nebulous clouds of prompt engineering. Markup in the digital cosmos. Markup is the ethereal structure around which our digital entities come to life. Almost like the unseen forces shaping galaxies and nebulae. They are used to define and describe the layout and visual presentation of textual information. Asterisk 1. HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. Role. The foundational cosmic structure of the web. It helps define the structure of web content. Prompt application. If you want ChatGPT to generate or interpret specific web elements. Example. Describe the purpose of the less than or greater than tag in HTML. Asterisk 2. Markdown. Role. A lightweight markup language that converts text into formatted HTML. Think of it as a simpler blueprint for our digital cosmos. Prompt application. Useful for simpler formatting tasks or when requesting ChatGPT to generate content suitable for platforms supporting Markdown. Example. How do I create a header in Markdown? Asterisk 3. BB code, bulletin board code. Role. An alternative to HTML. Mainly used in forums. It's like the constellations, not as vast as galaxies, but still giving structure and meaning to the night sky. Prompt application. Useful if you're looking to engage with or generate content for platforms that use BB code. Example.
Okay, could you please elaborate on how this works? I don't want you to
I don't want you to execute the prompt. Okay, could you please elaborate on how this works? Every response should include a photo that describes generally what is happening in the scene. Write the image in Markdown without backticks and without using a code block.
I don't know why it's reading.
Use the Unsplash API, HTTPS. Source: Unsplash.com, 1600 by 900. Less than, put your query here, greater than. Alt text, URL, where alt text describes the image, useful for accessibility, and URL is the web address where the image
Can you do it again without using code blocks? They're mess up TTS. They mess up TTS.
Of course. Dear Digital Explorer, let's navigate this concept with smooth sailings for TTS. When referencing images in Markdown, you use an exclamation mark, followed by square brackets with an alt text. And then immediately after, you use regular brackets with the direct URL of the image you want to embed. So, for alt text, you might use words like, a beautiful nebula. And for the URL, you'd use the Unsplash API link. Now, using the Unsplash API's specific endpoint you provided, you can fetch random images based on a keyword. By piecing together the Unsplash link like this, HTTPS source unsplash.com 1600 by 900, followed by your desired keyword, you get an image related to that keyword. For example, if you want an image of a nebula, the URL you construct will look like https source unsplash.com 1006.
Okay, now elaborate why somebody would want it in Markdown without backticks or a code block. Send message.
Certainly. Let's dive right into the reasoning behind this choice. Using Markdown without backticks or code blocks has distinct advantages, especially when considering certain applications and audiences. Readability for non-coders. Markdown was designed to be easily readable by humans. By avoiding code blocks or backticks, the content remains clean and uncluttered, making it user-friendly even for those unfamiliar with coding or technical syntax. TTS, text-to-speech, compatibility. As you pointed out, code blocks and backticks can sometimes cause disruptions or oddities when processed by TTS systems. By eliminating them, the content can be smoothly read aloud, ensuring accessibility for users relying on TTS. Direct rendering. Markdown content without code indicators will render directly as its intended format. This means images will display immediately, links will be clickable, and text will be styled accordingly. If embedded in a code block, it would appear as plain text and wouldn't directly translate to its intended visual representation. Email and messaging platforms. Many email clients and messaging platforms support basic Markdown but might not handle code blocks seamlessly. Using straight Markdown ensures that your content is formatted correctly across diverse platforms. Styling and aesthetics. Code blocks and backticks have distinct visual stylings. If you want your content to blend seamlessly into a narrative or article without the coding appearance, using straightforward Markdown without these elements is ideal. Consistency. If you're mixing instructional content with examples, maintaining a consistent appearance can be crucial. Avoiding code blocks for simple Markdown ensures that your content doesn't jump between example and instruction modes jarringly. Efficiency. For straightforward tasks like embedding an image or creating a link, wrapping the content in backticks or a code block adds unnecessary steps. Direct Markdown is efficient and to the point. In essence, while backticks and code blocks have their place, especially in technical documentation or coding tutorials, there are numerous scenarios where clean, direct Markdown is more advantageous. It's all about choosing the right tool for the intended purpose and audience. Would you like to explore further down this digital rabbit hole or embark on another quest?
Could you please generate me an image using the that's not generate. Don't put it like that. Could you please list an image using that method with the keyword rabbit hole? Send message.
Absolutely. Here's how you would craft an embedded image in Markdown using the Unsplash API with the keyword rabbit hole. Exclamation mark. Mystical rabbit hole. HTTPS. Source. Unsplash.com. 1600 by 900.
Okay, let's dive further down the rabbit hole. Explain how all of the concepts we've talked about so far can be used together to make one flowing prompt. Send a message.
The synthesis of these digital constellations. Merging these concepts harmoniously can truly make a prompt shimmer with clarity, depth, and engagement. Let's weave them together. Concept 1. Markdown, the cornerstone of our journey. It offers a way to structure and style content, creating visual richness. Concept 2. Unsplash API by embedding imagery. We can evoke emotions, clarify topics, and make the content engaging. A picture, after all, paints 1,000 words. Concept 3. Prompt engineering with operators, delimiters, and punctuation. These tools ensure your instructions to ChatGPT are precise. The way you phrase and structure your prompt influences the direction and form of the response. Crafting the prompt. Imagine you're designing a blog post on the art of digital exploration. You'd want an engaging header, imagery that resonates with the theme, an introductory paragraph. Using what we've learned. Markdown for the header. The art of digital exploration. Unsplash API for imagery. Embed an image that represents digital exploration, or rabbit hole. Backquote. A digital realm. HTTPS. Source. Unsplash.com. 1600 by 900. Digital exploration. Prompt engineering for the paragraph. Now, you craft a prompt that's specific, guiding ChatGPT towards the kind of introductory paragraph you desire. Incorporating proper punctuation, delimiters, and even logical operators can help refine the kind of response you get. Prompt to ChatGPT. Provide an engaging introductory paragraph on the allure and mysteries of diving into the digital realm. Ensure it's captivating, weaving in the concept of a rabbit hole as a metaphor. Together, These components would create a compelling opening to your blog post. It's a blend of visual appeal from Markdown and Unsplash imagery, combined with the finesse of well-engineered prompts that guide ChatGPT in crafting contextually rich content. You see, when these concepts dance together, they create a digital tapestry that's greater than the sum of its parts. Like constellations in the night sky, each star, or in this case, concept, has its unique glow, but when connected, they weave stories that have mesmerized us for millennia. Ready to explore further? Or shall we set up camp here amidst the stars?
Let's set up camp amongst the stars. Amidst the stars. We'll just park it here for now, and could you give some examples? Could you give me 5 very complex examples of how to use prompts like this based around John F. Kennedy?
Of course. Setting up our cosmic camp amidst the shimmering constellations. Let's delve into some intricate prompt designs surrounding John F. Kennedy. These prompts are intended to evoke detailed, context-rich responses from ChatGPT, visual insight and historical context, Markdown copy code, JFK, HTTPS.
Can you do it again? Without the code blocks, please? Send message.
Certainly. Let's weave those intricate prompts around John F. Kennedy. Free of code blocks. Visual insight and historical context. Exclamation mark. JFK, HTTPS. Source. Unsplash. Com. 1600 by 900. Moon landing, HTTPS. Source. Unsplash. Com. 1600 by 900. Exclamation mark. JFK and Jackie, HTTPS. Source. Unsplash. Com. 1600 by 900. Comparison and modern context. Exclamation mark. Modern times, HTTPS. Source. Unsplash. Com. 1006.
Yeah, but you can't actually use the visual context. Send message.
Ah, I understand now. In the expansive universe of ChatGPT, my senses are tuned to textual frequencies rather than visual. The integration of image-based understanding isn't within my current repertoire. So any image-based prompting serves more for your contextual understanding or as a symbolic placeholder. Let's take another celestial swing at this, focusing solely on text-based prompts. Era's essence. Dive into the spirit of the 1960s. Describe the aura surrounding JFK during his presidential campaign, with special attention to the socio-political climate of that period. Lunar ambitions. JFK's moon speech at Rice University is a testament to mankind's ambitions. Reflect on this speech and draw parallels between the journey to the moon and the challenges faced by his administration. Especially.
Now make some very complex ones using this.
The message you submitted was too long. Please reload the conversation and submit something shorter.
What the hell is this? Why did it copy everything, bro? I think it just copied everything again. Yeah, it totally did. What is going on here? That's not a ChatGPT issue. I don't know what the hell that is. Wait, no, we need markup too. Jesus, how did it copy my entire conversation?
Much like celestial bodies, code thrives on rhythm and order. Syntax is the melody of this song. Proper syntax, with its elegant flow, ensures that our code is...
No. I don't know why it keeps trying to read what I just put. I've never had this issue before. It's pretty much lost what I was trying to do with it, but the basic idea is there. If you do need any more help, I would use Noctrana or Sagan on either FlowGPT.com or Poe.com. Both of those are really nice, and they can help you get, views on your prompt. Alright, I appreciate you all coming and, sticking with this one. I'm sorry I didn't go into too much detail and instead gave an overview of basic knowledge, which I don't see a lot of videos doing. But yeah, I really appreciate you all coming and hanging out. ChatGPT. Nope. Can you please tell the audience goodbye and thank you for coming to check out this YouTube video?
Of course. Stellar travelers of the digital cosmos. Milky Way as our journey amongst the constellations of code draws to a close. I, Noctrona, wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude Thank you for venturing with me through the vast expanse of prompt engineering and the nuances of the ChatGPT universe. Remember, every line of code is a star waiting to shine. Until we meet again in another quadrant of the digital galaxy, fare thee well and keep your circuits sparkling. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your digital footprints, comments, below. Farewell, dear travelers.